The Transformers are calling the Magnificent Mile home for this weekend.
A section of Michigan Avenue is shut down until Monday morning.
As you know, last weekend, scenes for Transformer 3 were shot in Chicago's Loop. Now, this weekend, Michigan Avenue will become a movie set. ABC 7's Michelle Gallardo joins us live with more about that. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, good morning. Well, you know, shooting started just about after 9 o'clock this morning. It's expected to continue for several hours still. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of interest. There are bystanders everywhere. Unfortunately, unless you happen to work right by one of those buildings where the filming is happening, well, opportunities to check out the action up close, let's say they're pretty limited. Who are you dressed as?
Optimus Prime.
Whoever said there wouldn't be any Transformers walking down Michigan Avenue during this weekend's shoot clearly missed the Bumblebee and Optimus Prime sightings in front of the Tribune Tower this morning.
My grandson is an avid fan of Transformers, okay? So we had to come down so he could see some of the filming.
He's been up since like 2:30 this morning. He's excited. He wants to see Bumblebee.
But you don't have to be a child to enjoy watching the goings-on at the Michigan Avenue Bridge area, where there was lots of activity going on, transforming this stretch into a virtual war zone. These two film students at Indiana State University have been moving around from place to place all morning trying to get in on the action.
My first time seeing a film being made, thought it'd be really exciting, and actually see what I want to do done in real life.
Directing would probably be the ultimate dream right there.
The filming will continue into the weekend. Several of the major stunts, including fireballs and skydivers, will take place Saturday and Sunday. But this also means road closures in the area and limited pedestrian access across the Michigan Avenue Bridge. Meanwhile, onlookers may have a hard time trying to get a glimpse of the flashier scenes.
We're talking about pyrotechnics and events like that. The police and the fire department want to maintain a safe perimeter for making sure nobody gets injured.
Now, so as we've mentioned, there are road closures affecting this area right around the Michigan Avenue Bridge. Now, as for pedestrians, all of the stores that are on Michigan Avenue in that area, they're going to stay open throughout the shooting. And if you're trying to get across, there is some limited access across the lower level of the Michigan Avenue Bridge, but this depends on the shooting. So if you're trying to get around the area, using the Columbus Avenue Bridge or the Wabash Bridge might be a better choice. As for star sightings, well, none yet, but, it's always worth it to come out and give it a try. Live on Wacker Drive near Michigan Avenue, I'm Michelle Gallardo, ABC 7 News. Linda, back to you.
Michelle, have a good time. Thank you. Chicago's Magnificent Mile is transformed into a Hollywood set as one of the city's most famous avenues is blocked off for the filming of Transformers 3. In fact, thousands of movie fans have been gathering behind the barricades to watch all the action.
Now, speaking of those barricades, though, drivers are being warned to avoid that area, which will be closed for the entire weekend. So in addition to Michigan Avenue, we've got parts of Hubbard, Kinsey, Dearborn, State, and Wabash will be closed for several hours over this weekend. ABC 7's Leah Hope joining us live now from above Michigan Avenue with more on all the movie making. Hi, Leah.
Hi, Alan and Linda. And transformed is the key word here on Michigan Avenue. It is not your typical Friday commute, and we have seen people here. Not the same crowds that we saw with Oprah, but definitely a lot of folks here to see the movie-making action. You'll see behind me exactly what they are working on. And this is the reality of movie-making. There's a lot of sitting around, and then action happens, and they try and get it on film. So we've been seeing a lot of stopping and starting all day long, and folks who can get close enough are seeing that as well. So if you are coming down to catch a glimpse, you are going to have to navigate some of the closures. And if you're coming down to Michigan Avenue to do business of this section, it could be tricky too.
It was a wreck today on Michigan Avenue. That was the idea for filming Transformers 3. The flames and smoke are part of a fight sequence for the movie. The actual Transformers will be added with special effects later. The Transformers we found were devoted Transformer fans.
It's fantastic. You know, it's really, really neat. I mean, this is really an experience for me and for my grandson.
Oh, he was excited to see us. He's been up since like 2:30 this morning. This is a fantastic movie, and to see it live like this is crazy. It's great.
Due to all of the effects and scenery, the city of Chicago shut down Michigan Avenue from Ontario to Wacker.
You cannot stop, stand, or take pictures.
Pedestrians had to walk on Lower Michigan to get around the film scene safely. making it challenging to get to some Michigan Avenue businesses.
I've never seen Lower Wacker so busy. So people are able to access it, and people as far as all around the city are letting people through to conduct business in the businesses on the avenue. So hopefully it's not too much of a business interruption.
Passengers boarding Chicago's First Lady cruises and Mercury cruises were warned about the detour, and that during the film shoot, routes and times are subject to change.
It'll be a little confusion. They should plan to come early, and I think things will work out, and we'll just have to wait and see.
The detour is actually working in favor of Café Descartes on Michigan Avenue. Thirsty movie fans have been dropping in all day. The cafe owner says business is up 50%. You don't mind?
No, I love it. I think it's interesting to see all kind of people. People came from all way, and especially it's a good weekend. Nice weather. Everything is so perfect.
Okay, so if you're looking at this fire right now, it may not look perfect, but if you're a movie maker, this is exactly what they're looking for. They want flames, they want smoke, so you have intermittently things being set on fire, and then you have gentlemen with smoke machines trying to make this scene look real. And I was talking about what they are filming here. It's an action sequence. So this is the destruction part of the action sequence here on Michigan Avenue. And while they're doing all this movie making, some people are enjoying watching all of this, but we have heard about some hotel guests that were surprised and inconvenienced by all of this. There are 3 hotels in the path of this shoot, and at one of them, at least here on Michigan Avenue, visitors have had to go on lower Michigan to access that hotel, so that has been trouble for some folks. But some business owners we talked to also admit that this is a problem for business temporarily during the closure, but they hope that it's more of a long-term investment, and attention on Chicago is ultimately going to be good business for them. So that's the latest along Michigan Avenue. Leah Hope, ABC 7 News. Back to you guys in the studio.
Up behind you, yes, they've created realistic devastation there, Leah. Thank you.
Well, the actions on Michigan Avenue this weekend as filming for Transformers 3 kicks into high gear. Big stars are in town for the shoot, including the star of Grey's Anatomy, Patrick Dempsey. Movie fans are getting a big kick out of this taste of Hollywood.
But the reality for drivers and some businesses, not so much fun. Michigan Avenue closed between Ontario and Wacker. Sections of Hubbard, Kinsey, Dearborn, State, and Wabash will also be shut down at times during the weekend. ABC 7's John Garcia following it all live from Michigan Avenue tonight. John?
Ron, all I can say is I hope Mayor Daley is out of town this weekend, because I don't think he's going to like what they have done to Michigan Avenue here. It's a mess. It's actually pretty amazing to see, though. And most of the wreckage that you see, that you're looking at right now, believe it or not, is made of styrofoam, but it looks amazingly very real.
Explosions, fires, wreckage everywhere. It may be only a movie, but it sure looks convincing. This is what the Magnificent Mile might look like in the aftermath of a nuclear bomb, or, in this case, an attack by giant robots.
Who are you looking for?
Shia LaBeouf.
Haven't seen him yet?
No.
What are you going to do when you see him?
Probably spaz out.
The robots, or Transformers, are not actually here. They're generated from computer images later on. But the stars are on full display. Several fans got to see Shia LaBeouf and Rosie Huntington-Whiteley in action. And there was McDreamy himself, Patrick Dempsey, getting in a little exercise between scenes.
I'm done filming. You're not going to see anything.
If you need to get across, you can use Lower Michigan Avenue.
Movie security people are making it a little tough on the huge crowds of onlookers, but most are finding a way to still take it all in.
They only let you go down and then underneath and then come back. So I went down, took pictures, went across the bridge, took pictures, came back, just been going back and forth.
Despite the closure of Michigan Avenue from the bridge to Ontario, all the businesses along the way remain open. Access to some is a bit of a challenge, but for others, like the Billy Goat Tavern, they're thriving with the crowds moving to Lower Michigan Avenue to get around.
Since this morning when it started, we got busy right away. Ever since we opened the doors, we were busy. I think we got people interested in seeing, what's going on upstairs.
Yeah, there are a lot of people interested, but they are apparently done shooting for the night right now. They're just sort of setting up for the shoot tomorrow. In fact, we're expecting a full day of shooting out here tomorrow that we're told could include some helicopters, maybe even some skydivers. So it's going to be quite a lot to see tomorrow. They have to somehow, though, get all of this cleaned up and out of the way back to normal by Monday morning before they move on to shoot in another location. In fact, just a little bit south of where we're standing, we're told that they're going to be shooting on Upper Wacker between Michigan Avenue and Wabash for the early part of next week. So a lot more fun in store for us next week. Live on Michigan Avenue, John Garcia, ABC 7 News. Ron, back to you.
Movie magic. Thanks, John.